Hey guys, what's up? It's Vicious here, and today I'll be bringing you guys a very quick video regarding Pokemon GO spoofing, and this is for April 1st of 2021. Now, in this video, I will be giving you the top 5 best locations that I find that you can spoof in Pokemon GO. Now, the spoofing application I'm currently using is PG Sharp. Obviously, this is for Android. It's available for $5 on Google. Obviously, you just Google pgsharp.com. It's available for $5. There's also a free version that comes with a few less features, but is still definitely very, very good for spoofers. Of course, if you're on iPhone, you're going to be wanting to use something like iPogo, but this video is not about that. I'll be going over the top 5 places to spoof for myself personally, and I've caught a good few Pokemon that are pretty rare, I'd say. So we'll be going over the top 5, and then I'll be giving my recommendations as to why you go to these different locations. And yeah, let's get straight into the video. So we're going to go to my favorites on PG Sharp, and these are the 5 locations: Zaragoza, Pier 39, New York City, Sydney, and Tokyo. Now, the 4th and 5th ones are pretty interchangeable, and I don't really, and of course, obviously, I'm on the East Coast, so these are all going to be based off of why. This is going to be based off why living on the East Coast will kind of affect my tier list here. So Sydney and Tokyo, obviously, since they're in Asia, they're one of the first time zones to actually get special events. So places like Sydney is where I did my Rayquaza raids when they first came out. So instead of having to raid on Saturday and Sunday, I was able to do them Friday night, which was fantastic because I was actually busy Saturday. And so obviously I can't do raids on Saturday, so I did them Friday night, and I was able to skip ahead. And of course, you can do this for most events, right? So say the power-up event is coming, or say a new raid is coming. As you can see here, the Therian form of, I think this is Thundurus, I'm pretty sure. The Therian form of this is not actually available on the East Coast. Tornadus, sorry. The Therian form of Tornadus is not actually available on the East Coast currently for Canada. So obviously I've skipped ahead here to get my free raid pass, as well as to do a Therian raid, which is fantastic for me, right? Because if I'm not able to play tomorrow, I can get my Pokemon this way, and it allows me to skip ahead and do an event if I'm not free that day. This is very useful for things like community days. If you want to do a full stretch of community days, what you can do is actually you can start off your night in Tokyo, then you can move to Zaragoza after 2 hours of waiting, or move on to a transitional city like somewhere like Singapore, which is probably like 2 hours or an hour behind Tokyo or Sydney. And so you can actually you can squeeze 6 hours worth of community day, and you can turn it into like 12 hours or 20 hours worth of community day. So if you're trying to grind for XP, or you're trying to grind for Stardust, of course, do remember this. If you're a very hardcore player, this is something you can utilize to make sure you're maximizing on that community day or a special event. So going back to the reasons, obviously, so that's why those 2 different locations are listed 4 and 5. Obviously, Tokyo, lots of PokéStops. You know, there's tons of gyms. You're never gonna have any problems doing any of the raids here. And of course, most of these PokéStops are going to be lured up during the day, which is fantastic. If you're trying to catch rare Pokemon, you can just auto walk, and you can catch what you really need. So the next one on my list is actually Pier 39. Now, I haven't gone to Pier 39 in a very, very long time, to be honest, because this used to be my go-to location. Obviously, I have most of these gyms actually tiered up to silver on the medals, but I haven't gone to Pier 39 in a long time. The one thing about Pier 39 is it's always leered up, no matter what. So something about so Tokyo may not be leered up 24/7, Sydney may not be leered up 24/7, but Pier 39 will always be leered up. Like every single Pokestop on this coast is leered up, and it's just, I don't know, something about it, but everything, like this little corner is going to be always leered up. So if you need an infinite supply of Pokemon, or if you're trying to catch them on a gacha or something, this is the place to be, because there will always be Pokemon that you can just AFK catch. If you're using an application like Pokemon, where you have an AFK catcher that does it all for you, you have a bot that's catching Pokemon for you, this is the place to be, because all these Pokemon are going to be giving you tons and tons of Stardust and XP just for being here. And of course, it goes, like all these gyms are going to be permanently in battle. So if you're farming for a platinum medal for level 50 or something, or if you need gym battles just for Stardust or for candy, or you're trying to get rid of extra candies, or trying to get rid of extra berries rather, this is the place to be. You can put, most of these gyms are always going to be in battles. So you're going to be, if you set up a bot or something, you can easily grind those, and those are super easy, right? So yeah, that's third on the tier list. It is Pier 39. Do remember, do keep in mind all of these coordinates will be down in the description below. So, and of course, actually a few honorable mentions will be down in the description below as well. So if you do want to go to these locations, obviously you can go to PG Sharp, you could input them, or you can just put them into an FGL Pro app or any spoofing application that you're currently using. So, pressing once again my favorites tab, we'll be moving on to number 2 on my list, which is Zaragoza. Now, Zaragoza used to be my number 1, however, Zaragoza has gone down to my number 2 right now because of the PokéStop nerf to the Zaragoza Mall. As you can see, there used to be a ton more PokéStops here. Obviously, they are reduced now, but there are still a ton. There's still a huge cluster of PokéStops here. This is very, very useful, especially because during the nighttime, say midnight or 1 a.m. Eastern Coast time for the US, like obviously none of the raids are going to be happening, right? And if I want to do a raid, I have to go to Zaragoza because Zaragoza just wakes up in the morning, and there's tons of raids right now. As you can see on the top left of my screen, if you can see it, it's currently 1 a.m. right now while I'm recording this, and there are tons of raids here, obviously, because it's a different time zone, right? So very, very useful for me, especially. I'm not sure, obviously, what the conditions are, but obviously, if you're in a European country, or a European city like Zaragoza, it's gonna be something like Singapore or Turkey or something. And if you're in Asia, well, it's gonna be someplace like Pier 39. So as long as you're getting an alternative time zone to where you currently are, and as long as it's mostly daytime, it's around, I think it's raids start around 7 and then end at like 9, I want to say. I think it's 9 p.m. At night. And if you're able to get an alternative time zone for those, then it's a very useful location to spoof in. Yeah, so Zaragoza is the place to go where we raid and catch Pokemon at nighttime. Obviously, I think there's one thing that I specifically did here was because I remember having this dilemma because I'm farming for level 45 right now, and one of my quests is actually to do Pokemon Go, the Pokemon leaders or whatever. So I have to beat the leaders, obviously, from the Team Go Rocket. And the Team Go Rocket doesn't actually spawn after like 9 p.m. So frustratingly enough, I have to go to Zaragoza, or else I can't actually like progress my quest, because I don't actually play I don't play Pokemon Go in the day, right? Like, I have things to do, right? So it's very useful to just spoof to Zaragoza, get like one leader done a day, and eventually you get there, right? So yeah, that's the strategy that I'm currently employing to grind for level 45, and yeah, that's why it's tier 2. That's why it's the second option on my list, mainly because of the raids for the Pokemon, and of course for myself, it's a very good time zone for me. So the first on the list is, of course, it's New York City. It's just the best place to be on Earth, right? It's just permanently leered up. Like, these gyms are permanently done. Like, all the gyms that you see in my vicinity probably are being battled right now. And of course, it's during the nighttime, so there's less lures if you're looking to get a raid done, or if you're looking to get those Team Go Rockets done. This is one of the places to be. Obviously, usually during the day it's windy as well, which is really good for dragon types and psychic types, which can lead to some pretty rare spawns. So things like Gibble, things like Dratini, those are very, very common here. And this also goes for Wellington and Sydney, by the way. Those are also very usually windy places, which allows for those type of rare spawns. One of the cool things about New York City is also in winter, it's sometimes snowing here. So you get snowy weather conditions, which of course are very, very pretty in game. And of course you get those rare ice types that you don't usually get if you are spoofing in, say, a more tropical country like Hong Kong or Malaysia or Singapore. So yeah, this is my top 1 location to be. Usually I'm here just auto-walking my Mewtwo, trying to get those XL candies. And yeah, just grinding out really. And I mean, that's really it for the entire video, guys. That was my top 5 for Pokemon Go coordinates to spoof at. Do leave a comment down below which one is the one that you're currently using, like which Pokemon Go location you're currently spoofing at, and which one is your favorite. Do leave a like down below if you enjoy these type of videos. You can subscribe if you want. It's up to you, really. And yeah, I do appreciate you guys for sticking with me this whole time. The Discord is down in the description below. Merch is also in the description below. If you would like to become a supporter of the channel, you can definitely do that. There's a link to that down in the description also. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. Hopefully it's going to be sometime this week, if not next week, and it's going to be regarding how to get either rare spawns or XL candy, which is something I've heard a lot of questions about. So yeah, stay tuned for those, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.